Bernardo, was that a good professional job that takes you to the top of the table?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely a very good job in the first half, especially. I think the team started very well the game, controlling the possession, creating chances, not allowing them to counter-attack, which is what we try to do every game. And yeah, we scored two in the first half. We should have scored more. First half again, we started well, and then with 3-0 we tried to control the game. Last few minutes were not as good as the beginning of the game and the beginning of the second half. But yeah, very happy, top of the league. On to the next one.
What does that mean to be top of the league at this point in the season?
Well, it's always better to be top of the league than second or third or fourth. But it's still a beginning, not even halfway through. So a lot of work to do, but yeah, we're happy to be top of the league. But it's so close there. Liverpool is just 1 point behind us. Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, 2 points behind us. And lots of games to play, lots of games to win. But of course, it's better to be in our position than not to be on the top.
The competition at the top, do you think it is so tight? It just shows you cannot afford to slip up anywhere at any point this season.
Yeah, definitely. Liverpool and Tottenham, Liverpool and Chelsea, they're doing an amazing season. It's been tough for us. It's going to be tough for them and for us to compete with each other. We know that the level and the standards are very high. We have to do our job. We know how tough it is to win this league, to win the most competitive league in the world, and we're going to try and do our best as we always do.
The leading goal scorer in the Premier League for Manchester City, 7 so far this season. Comfortably outscoring yourself from last season. Mm-hmm. What's changed? Well,
I don't know. I always try to do my job the best I can. Happily this season I've been scoring a lot. I'll try to keep it that way. Honestly, it doesn't matter who scores. Last season, for example, Gundo was scoring a lot. This season I'm scoring. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we're top of the league now. The team is playing very well at the moment. We're in good form. We have to keep it that way because at the end of the season we want to celebrate some titles.
For so long during his time at Manchester City, the one thing many people spoke about was Bernardo Silva's work rate as part of this Pep Guardiola team. Now he's adding goals, and in abundance, almost similar to Ilkay Gundogan this time last season.
Yeah, I think he's their most undroppable player. I think if Pep had to pick one player to play every game for the rest of the season, it'd be him. I think he's just that important to the team. Maka mentioned the position that he's playing now, but he actually can play off the right, he can play as a 10, he can play off the left, false 9, in both central midfield positions, as a 10 or as an 8. So it's amazing, really, the flexibility that he has. I mean, I think, outside of Mo Salah, I think he's the best player in the Premier League. And Mo's playing out of this world good, but yeah. Bernardo Silva is a joy to watch.
Yeah. It's incredible, Steve, to think that actually he was on his way out at one point of the Etihad in the summer. Or reportedly.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he wasn't happy. It's difficult because the position he's been playing over the last couple of years, as I mentioned before, with Foden, with Sterling, with Mahrez, every one of them has been through times when they haven't played, so they probably have not been happy. And your objective as a professional footballer is to try and play every single game, really. Yeah. I know it's hard nowadays with the amount of games you play and the size of the squads. So you could see why he was probably frustrated at times. This year, as Owen rightly said, he's undroppable. He's the first name on the sheets now, in the middle of the park, playing really well. And when you've got Gundogan and Rodri, and now De Bruyne is coming back, there's a real problem there who's not going to play. Because you don't want to suddenly say, well, we need to fit them in. Bernardo, you go and play wide right or wide left, because he is so effective now in the centre of the park. So it's put pressure on. Does De Bruyne come back into the team? Because 6 months ago or last year, De Bruyne was the first name.
You'd take it as a given, wouldn't you?
Well, of course you would. Yeah. But now that little triangle of Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva is working wonders.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, before the number 10 used to be, it was Mesut Ozil. They kind of played in that way, or Juan Mata, or it was that type of player that was kind of the flair player, and they didn't really press the ball. They didn't really work hard out of possession. Now, you can't do that anymore. The modern 10 now, Coutinho at Liverpool. Now, if you want to play in the top teams, you have to work hard off the ball. And Bernardo is unbelievable at that. He's a bit like N'Golo Kante, but as a number 10. That's how good he is out of possession. That's why he always plays. And I think that's the way football's going. You look at the top teams, you have to work. It's all about intensity. It's about the press, and Bernardo gives that every game.
But, we speak about how him and Mo Salah right now are the informed players in the Premier League. We've been waxing lyrical for so long about Mohamed Salah. Does he get the credit he deserves?
Probably not, because most of the time, goal scorers get the credit. And we're really only talking about Bernardo Silva because he scored goals. You know, he suddenly elevated himself to a different level because of, yes, the way he's been playing, and Manchester City have been winning games, but also because he scored wonderful goals. And if you scored a couple of great goals, which he did in midweek and he has done tonight, suddenly people start noticing you, and people from other teams start noticing you. If you just read, oh, Manchester City have won 2-1 and, you know, Sterling and Foden scored, you wouldn't necessarily focus on how well Bernardo Silva has played.
No.
But he's been excellent all year round. Throwing, he's scored in really important, vital goals in important times. And he's suddenly gone from here to actually Bernardo Silva's the start of the team.
Well, let's have a look at the first of his 2 goals this evening. I think it's fair to say the goal... Yeah. Well, if that was a pretty straightforward finish, according to these guys, the second one was quite sublime, wasn't it?
He's honestly... The thing I like about Bernardo Silva is, as good as he is technically, he makes quick decisions. He does it sharp. He knows exactly what he wants, comes out wide to get into a little 1v1. I don't know why Danny Rose lets him onto his left. But once he comes inside there, the ball's only going in one position, and that's in the side netting. It's just... He makes it look so easy when
Grealish
it's not.
is quite slow with the ball, Owen, isn't it? But Bernardo's got one thing in his mind. Drive, shift, onto his left foot. Acres of space. Danny Rose does a full pirouette and can't get anywhere near him. He has to just show him down this side of the pitch towards the byline. As soon as you let him come inside with loads of space like that. I mean, that finish was sublime, that one.
It's a good point about, you know, Jack. Jack's a fabulous player. But he takes a lot of touches every time he...
For Manchester City. Let's get the thoughts then of the City boss. Here is Pep Guardiola.
Pep, what's your assessment of your team and that performance today?
Yeah, a tough month we played and we finished this one, and yeah, a really good performance. We missed a lot of chances. Hopefully next time we will convert.
Were you getting frustrated during the start of the game when you were getting so many chances?
No, yeah, of course you're disappointed because the game should be over quicker. But we are in the routine, I would say, or in the level that they are consistent the way we play. When that happens, you can never be frustrated. So, football, the most difficult thing is put the ball in the net, in the last pass, the last action. That's the most difficult thing in football. And but the way we play was really good again.
What did you like in particular about the way you played today?
Everything. We know that we should adapt for the long ball, second balls, not let them run, because in the counter-attack we saw the games against United and Chelsea and even Leicester that they create a lot of chances running. They didn't run much. And our game was really good, and we found the players when we believe we could find them, and we scored 3 beautiful goals, and we could score more.
You said in the week, I think, that Bernardo Silva right now is the best player in the league in terms of his form. What is he adding to his game with the goals he's getting as well?
No, I want to say thank you, because after what I said, with the performance again he has done, he didn't make me wrong. So thank you. He did it well. So yeah, you know, as a player can play in many positions. He's so smart, so intuitive, and now he's scoring goals, winning games. So this is so important for us as well.
You said you had lots of chances. Jack Grealish had 4 or 5. When you took him off, you said something to him that seemed to make him laugh, seemed to make him smile. What did you say to Jack Grealish when you took him off?
No, he said I said that he enjoyed in this position, touching the ball. And he said yes, he enjoyed playing in that position. That's good. The creative players, when playing in the middle, have you know, more touch, more in, you know, contact with the ball. Is good, and but still is a little bit away from his best condition. He was, you know, 10 days, 15 days or 20 days off, so he needs rhythm. But yeah, his 60 minutes was good for him.
Do you think that's a position you could use him more often in that central role?
No, it depends on his performance. Because Phil can play there. In the 5 minutes Phil played there was incredible. Good he played. The same we play Bruges. That Phil has the special ability to play in this position. But yeah, we have players can play in different positions. Gabriel inside, outside. So important is everybody knows in the position he has to play. They must know. They know exactly what they have to do for the benefit for the team.
Perhaps the only negative today was it looked like an injury to Gabriel Jesus. How bad is that injury? He carried on.
Well,
and you clearly weren't happy with it.
Absolutely, yeah. What happened in the last 5 minutes? He cannot play. He's out for the injury. You know? Okay, he's orange. Maybe it's not yellow, maybe it's not red, or maybe it's orange, but it's an action he goes, and after sometimes defender hug the opponent, is red card. So, yeah, but hopefully it's just a kick, a knock, and he can play on Tuesday in Germany.
That win takes you to the top of the table for the first time this season. Is that significant in your mind?
No, anecdotic. It's better to be there, but we're going to drop points, and hopefully the opponents as well. Long, road or path still for everyone, but it's better after the calendar we had. So we don't forget the week we had Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, Liverpool all together, and after, except Arsenal, all the top 6, top 7 were away this season in the first half, and we are consistent because away we are an incredible consistent team in Etihad Stadium with other people. We can, beat the contenders 6 up front. So we will be a chance for the last 5, 6 games to fight for retain the title.
Thank you, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Have been statistics in the past of games which haven't quite really reflected what's going on the football pitch. I think this is pretty accurate. The champions with 13 attempts on goal, 8 on target, 81% possession, total passes, passing accuracy, everything down that right-hand column is far more dominant to their opponents, as we've expected and as you actually predicted too, Owen. I mean, it's been one-sided, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, they're too good. They're pretty much too good for pretty much every team, but they're obviously too good for Watford. And they could have scored after about a minute, I think, or 2. I think the goal came in the 4th minute, but literally from the first kick, they could have been up 1-0, and I think Maka said they didn't even have a touch. The first one was actually a clearance off a line, so utterly dominant for Manchester City.
Yeah. Watford will be wondering, or at least will be happy, that it's at least down to 2. Then,
They will be happy, yeah. I mean, it's not men against boys, that's the wrong word, but it's been so one-sided, it's actually quite boring, isn't it? You want Watford to do something to try and change the tempo of the game. You don't want them to injure anybody, but they have to be more aggressive, do something to change it, because it's just like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. It just keep on going, won't it? But,
4 minutes in, I mean, it actually took that long, I suppose, because, as you said, they were relentless from the off, were Manchester City, and Raheem Sterling, who just loves playing Watford. I mean, that's his 11th goal again.
They're their own worst enemy here. You see Danny Rose does well initially, wins the ball, but inexplicably does that. And then gets up and gets back into position, but then again, just leaves Raheem Sterling.
But the thing is, they're just attacking so many numbers, and there's not enough defenders, really. You can see Danny's reaction, but I mean, he's at fault. But Phil's playing off the left. Jack Grealish, interesting, is playing central. Raheem playing off that right-hand side, and it's working. They're all changing position. Gundogan's popping up. I mean, they're just so fluid here. I see Jack dropping deep to link the play, gets absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
But again, Danny Rose is miles out of position. Bernardo Silva continues to amaze. I mean, we'll see it here. Looks like a good finish, but the goalkeeper backman just miles out of position. But you see Danny there, tries to go and win it, and there's just acres of space in behind him, Maka, and then that's too easy for City.
I mean, it was nice play, wasn't it, from Bernardo Silva? Nice way to pass to Gundogan. Goalkeeper makes a stop. But that should not happen, you cannot put it in there from that angle. I think the goalkeeper just got lost to know where he was and where his near post was, because he leaves a huge space. But when you're that open after 1 minute, when Laporte's header got cleared off the line, and then it's just inevitable. Sometimes during the game you have to say, whoa, this is just uncomfortable. Everybody get back. Let's be difficult to beat just for 10 minutes. Let's just shut up shop, clear our lines, but let's get in a position where we're not giving up chances. But that hasn't happened. It's just chance after chance after space after chance. So if they don't do something in the second half, it's going to be another 5, it could be 6, it could be 7.
25 games without a clean sheet, I mentioned before kick-off, and that's been clear evidence of their problems with their backline for Watford. 13 attempts for Manchester City. Let's have a look at 5 of the really decent ones, which they didn't put away then, Owen.
Yeah, I mean, they had plenty. Laporte, I mean, that was literally Watford's first touch.
Yeah.
I think it was João Pedro off the line there, and this is literally right from the kick-off. They just, look how many white shirts are in the box. They're absolutely... just put so much pressure on you, and there were so many really good chances. Jack should score there. heads it straight at the keeper. I mean, it was just, the floodgates were open.
Just relentless, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Grealish could have had a hat-trick.
Should have, yeah.
The header was a great chance. That was an equally good chance. You know, they weren't really hard chances. They were excellent, excellent chances. This is Foden, which normally is a bit more poised, isn't he? I think, again, he just lost direction a little bit. You know, it could be really, really embarrassing for Watford at this moment in time.
Yeah, we've already seen the lead at the top of the table change hands once from Chelsea to Liverpool after Liverpool won and Chelsea dropped points, of course, with that defeat away to West Ham. But as things stand, it's Manchester City who are going top of the pile by a point ahead of Jurgen Klopp's side. So as things have panned out in that first 45...
Claudio, what did you make of today?
Listen to me. If somebody some time ago told me, Claudio, against Manchester City, Chelsea and Manchester United, you will get 3 points, I sign immediately. We made 3 fantastic performances. We got 3 points. I'm satisfied. Today is a normal day. I have fantastic skills. Unfortunately, there are here in England only 3 change, because change one champion, arrive another champion. Change one champion, arrive another champion. And that's it. It's easier to win, no, sometimes. But I watch a good spirit. Down 3-0, we never give up. We react, we score a goal. Yes, we consider a lot counter-attack. But I saw a very good spirit. Together, commitment. Yes, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Now I to get a point. Now our Premier League starts now. We have to get a point.
Fairness looks at how the Hammers get on top for their appointed in the box. West Ham United, after starting the season with a flurry of points and goals, West Ham top 4 push has slowed, and they are winless in their last 3 matches, scoring only twice. It's not the ideal time to face leaders Chelsea. Chelsea chose 6 goals conceded in the lowest total in the Premier League this season, but given their set piece treated David Moyes, Said will ask onward the question of the Blues, testing their organization and physicality. The Hammers' goals is Wednesday 1-1 draw with Brighton and Hove Albion come from and corner with Declan Rice, Michael Antonio and Thomas Sosk, all filling the 6 years box around the goalkeeper. This has been a comment then the from in the Premier League this season, why they have a corner West Ham feel that zone with the 2.1 player and averages behind only Burnley 2.7 and Aston Villa 2.5. My side have preferred to use answering corner to test here their appointment. Their total of 54 winning corner in the season is only extended by Burnley, the 55, while their proportion of answering in the third highest in the league at 68%.